Hi, this is Cheryl Gallant, your Conservative Member of Parliament for the Christmas-lit riding of Renfrew-Nipissing-Pembroke. With the end of the year approaching, I thought we should take a look back at the top 10 ways Trudeau has failed Canadians in 2018. Number 10, no pipelines. Trudeau failed to move an ounce of dirt or build an inch of new pipeline. First, he killed the Northern Gateway. Then he vetoed Energy East. And now he's obstructing Trans Mountain. This lack of pipeline capacity has turned an already difficult economy in Western Canada into a full-blown national economic crisis. It's threatening tens of thousands of jobs. That's on top of the 100,000 jobs already lost in the energy sector since 2015. Trudeau's failure to build pipelines has created a national economic crisis that threatens tens of thousands of jobs and pensions. Number 9, broken borders. Trudeau failed to fix the mess he created at our border with the United States because he does not see it as a problem. Since his Welcome to Canada tweet last year, 40,000 people have crossed illegally into Canada. It costs up to $34,000 each. By 2020, our broken borders will have cost Canadians $1.6 billion. Trudeau implemented the UN Global Compact on Migration before it was even signed. It is costing taxpayers billions of dollars. It's made it harder for law-abiding asylum seekers and genuine refugees to come to Canada. Number 8, into the hole. Trudeau yet again failed to balance the budget. This year was supposed to be Trudeau's final deficit year before returning to surplus in 2019. Instead, this year's deficit is 3 times as large as projected, and the budget will not be balanced until 2045 at best. He's spending Canada's cupboards bare in good economic times and leaving us open to disaster when the next downturn hits. Trudeau's failure to balance the budget means higher taxes down the road and less protection against the next economic downturn. Number 7, NAFTA, failure of a deal. Trudeau failed to get a better deal on NAFTA. He promised Canadians he would renegotiate better terms for Canada. Instead, he sold out to Donald Trump on auto manufacturing. He sold out on prescription drugs. He sold out on Buy American provisions. He sold you out on steel and aluminum tariffs. And he sold Canada out on future trade deals with other countries. Trudeau's failure to get a better deal on NAFTA means higher drug prices for Canadians. It means less freedom over our own industries. It means lack of freedom in future trade deals. Number 6, victims of crime. Trudeau failed to protect victims of horrific crimes. He did absolutely nothing after learning the police officer Catherine Campbell's killer was receiving taxpayer-funded benefits from Veterans Affairs Canada. The killer never served a day of his life in the military. Trudeau had to be humiliated into putting Tory Stafford's killer back behind bars after her transfer to a healing lodge. Now reports have Tory's other killer at a more cushy prison. Trudeau's failure to protect victims of crime is a national embarrassment. No prime minister should have to be humiliated into doing the right thing. Number 5, veterans give their all. Trudeau failed to support our veterans. Trudeau promised in the 2015 election that veterans would never have to go to court to obtain benefits from his government. So far, he has spent nearly $40 million fighting veterans groups in court over benefits claims. At a town hall meeting in 2018, he was asked why he's still fighting veterans in court. Trudeau said, "Veterans are asking for more than we are able to give." Trudeau's failure to support our veterans is a slap in the face to the brave women and men who protect our freedoms. Number 4, Decade of Darkness, Part 2. Trudeau failed to equip our military personnel. He's spending $2.5 billion less than what he promised in his defense policy, now known as the Book of Broken Promises. The Royal Canadian Navy needs new warships. The Royal Canadian Air Force requires a new fleet of fighter jets. We don't need used CF-18s from Australia that are older than the ones we already have. Trudeau's failure to equip our women and men in uniform sends the message that Canada is content to sit on the sidelines while our allies defend our values. Number 3, most ethics scandals ever. Trudeau failed to uphold the standards of transparency, accountability, and ethical behavior that he promised. In 2018, he became the first Prime Minister in Canadian history found guilty of breaking ethics laws. He accepted a vacation from a billionaire. 2 of his ministers continued to abuse their positions of power for political gain in 2018. Trudeau's failure to be ethical and transparent destroys the trust Canadians have in their government. Number 2, a worldwide embarrassment. Trudeau failed to represent Canada with the dignity it deserves on the world stage. He failed to maintain relationships with key allies. His trip to India was a PR disaster for Canada, and it seriously damaged relations with the world's largest democracy. Relations with the United States and other traditional and long-standing allies are strained. Justin Trudeau's failure on the world stage has diminished Canada's role on important issues. He has damaged future trading prospects. And our number 1 Trudeau failure of 2018 is a carbon tax imposed on everyone. Well, almost everyone. Trudeau's carbon tax fails to fix the environment. It only makes life more expensive. And he's cut a special carbon tax side deal with Canada's largest emitters. They will get a free ride. Families and small business owners get hit with the full force of the tax. Trudeau's failure on the carbon tax will do nothing to reduce emissions and will only make everything more expensive. And that wraps it up for 2018. Be sure to like and share this video so everyone can learn what a failure Trudeau has truly been. If I don't see you again before the new year, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas.